Right. Friends, good evening, all of you. I welcome you all to this 12th session on workshop on Excel. We are joined by the speaker, CAU Saren Kumar. Saren, you are welcome to this session. And may I
Thank you,
request
sir.
Saren to start the sessions right away.
Yeah. Thank you so much, sir. Friends, good evening, all of you. Thanks for Vijayawada branch hosting the session. As you all know, today is the 12th session. That means almost 50%. If we complete today's session, almost 50% of the course is over. As you know, that entire course designed for 25 weeks, continuously conducting the session for 12 weeks is not that easy. Including odd times, including on Diwali. I appreciate the chairman of Vijayawada branch, in SAFC chairman Ravi Kishore sir, and everyone for their effort. Let me share the screen straight away. Let me jump into the session. As you all know, today is the 12th week. I should talk on financial functions, but 13th week, indirect and offset function is a little syllabus. It's not very great. So since last week, though I have started index and match, I did not complete the entire topic here. So one or two examples, because I felt if I take one or two little advanced examples, you may get some a better knowledge out of it. So today I'll continue talk about index and match for maybe 15 to 20 minutes or maybe half an hour time. Then I'll start talking about the financial functions. Maybe last 1 hour 15 minutes, I'll talk about the financial functions. If anything left over in the financial functions, I'll cover on 13th week. That means the following week, along with the indirect and offset, so that we will be exactly on the time with respect to the functions. But before going into the topic today, as I promised on the first day, I've already given in the last week. I'll give the answer for the assignment as well. Let us have an assessment test. Okay. So let me share the link of the assessment test with you all. It's having 10 questions. As you all know, 80% of the questions are from the previous class, and 20% of the questions are from the earlier classes. Okay, so let me share this link with you all. I just share the link of everyone in the chat box. You can just click the link, and I request the Vijayawada branch can share this link in the YouTube also. Let the members, whoever watching in the YouTube, also participate in the assessment test. I request everyone, please participate on the assessment test. I have already kept the link in the chat box. In fact, today is very important session. If you know anyone who are missing, you can request them to join maybe in 2 to 3 minutes. Because I'm going to talk about the pending topic of index and match. I'm going to solve the assignment also. And I'll talk about financial functions. In the meanwhile, I request you to please participate on the assessment test. Please take time and participate in the assessment test. This assessment test is on the topics covered the last week and the previous sessions. I request everyone, please keep your system in mute. I request every participant, please keep your system in mute. No problem. Read the question carefully, because today's assessment test, you can answer if you can understand the concepts thoroughly. Radha, no problem, madam. You can submit the answers. Let us see where you go correct. I request everyone, please participate in the assessment test, whether you have a confidence or not. Okay. Still, you got very good marks, Radha. You got 60%. Link for the questions I have already shared, but for your information, let me share it again. Rohit, you got 70%. I request maximum participants participate in the assessment test. Kasturi also got 70%. Guys are trying very well. In fact, I can see the comparison of performance. In the initial weeks, it was very poor. I'm happy, for the last couple of weeks, it's above average actually. Sir, I'm not clear with question number 5 concept. Don't worry, I'll answer now. Rather, I'll answer. While I answer, I am going to explain. Last 4 minutes. Aman, very good. You also got 70%. Question number 5. Most of the members has given wrong answer. Question number 6. Also most of the members has given wrong answer. Arun also got 70%. Aman, it seems you tried again, because I got one more submission from you. Okay. Narendra got 80%. I think highest in today's assessment test. Last 2 minutes at 6:15, I'll stop. I'll answer the questions. There's a question from Radha Iyer. Sir, kindly say tips to improve my score. Radha, you performed well, but I'll look into the answers of the questions. Maybe the understanding. Okay, so which of the following function has more than one syntax? This question I didn't understood, as well as question number 5. See, while you read the function, you must learn thoroughly. While you practice, you have to see the syntax. That's what I'm saying from day one. Syntax is the most important. If you follow the syntax properly, you never go wrong. Okay. Okay, let me stop. Let me start solving the answer for the assessment test. Let me copy my link. Okay, let me copy the link. Let me paste in the browser. I'll answer before you. Let me explain the answers. Paste here. Yeah. Let me share the screen. I'm sure you all can find the screen of the assessment test. CA Saran, faculty. The email ID is Saran. Excelism.in. The first one, I'm sure you all understood. Equal to B1 colon B5 space A6 colon D6 results what? Can you use a space between two ranges? Yes. To have an intersection, you can have a space. You can select a column, space, 10th row. So a column, 10th row, the intersection point is A10. You'll get a A10 value. Otherwise, you can take any range having 10 rows or any range having 5 columns. If there is an intersection, you'll get the intersection value. But if you observe in this case, B1 colon B5, A6 colon D6, is there any intersection cell? No. If that is the case, my answer gonna be null error. While I was explaining about the errors, I have covered this topic. In fact, last week also I have covered this, because in the entire MS Excel, there are only two ways you can get the intersection. One, using the space between the ranges. The other one is using the index function. Second one, match function always results what type of value? Is it a number or text or Boolean value or any value? First of all, you must understand what is the match function. Match function results the position number of a value what you are looking for in a range. So it is giving me the position number. So my result of the match is always a number. You never get a result, a text or Boolean value or any value. So the result of the match function is always a number. Index A1, 1, 1. What is the index function? Look into a range, then give me the row number, column number. In the range, wherever the row number, column number intersects, that value I'll pick up. A1 is one cell. It's a 1 by 1 matrix, because in the A1 cell, only one row, one column is there. In fact, 1, 1. That means row number 1, column number 1. I'm looking for the same value. So my answer gonna be A1 cell value. I think most of the members has given correct answer. Index and match function overcomes the following limitation of the VLOOKUP. You know what is that limitation? Lookup value must be in the leftmost column of the table. Yes, this is true. In fact, I have taken an example also for this. VLOOKUP function having two limitations. One is the value we are looking for must be into the leftmost column of the table. And the second one is, in case of duplicate, it always takes the first value. I already told you, index and match overcomes the first limitation. That is, the lookup value must be in the leftmost column of the table. So my correct answer is true. Next one. Index G8 colon J3. G, H, I, J. There are 4 columns are there in this range. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. There are 6 rows are there. Basically, the range which I mentioned is a 6 by 4 matrix. Out of the 6 by 4 matrix, 0 means all the rows. I already covered this. When I put a 0 as a row number, that means all rows I want. 2 means I want the second column. So I want the entire second column out of this range. Out of this range, what is the second column? G, H. So H8 column, H8, sorry, G, H, right? H8 column, H13 is the one I'll get the answer, because there are 6 rows are there. So I'm going to get the answer 6 rows, 1 column. So this is the correct answer. Why 1 column? Because second column I want. That means 1 column. 0 means all the rows. So in the second column, how many rows are there? 6 rows are there. So my answer gonna be 6 rows, 1 column. This is the correct answer. In fact, if you look into my working notes, I've covered very elaborately about this. Which of the following function has more than one syntax? While you are looking into the index function, I don't know how many of you observed. All other functions like SUMIF function, match function, VLOOKUP function having only one syntax while you are writing a function. But I don't know how many of you observed, while you are writing index function, it displayed 2 syntax. I was only concentrating one syntax in the previous session. Today we will try to understand when we are going to use the second syntax. So that is the meaning of the Sixth question. Sum function always results one value. I already told you, index function may result more than one value. VLOOKUP function may result more than one value. Okay, so but sum function always results one value, because inside you keep even 1000 values, sum will give you the total of that. So the answer is true. Which of the following function results more than one value? Sum function always results one value. Count function also, even you keep 1000 items inside, it's going to give you one value. Max function also give you only one value, which is maximum. But index function may give me more than one value, because when I put all the rows, or when I put all the columns, that means more than one value it's going to give at the back end. I already covered the meaning of this. Max function, max of A1 colon A10, that means I'll get the maximum value. Large of A1 colon A10 comma 1, as you know, large function will give you the nth largest value, whereas the max function will give you just the maximum value. But these both will give you the same answer, because getting a maximum value or getting the first largest value, both are one and the same. So let me give the true answer. For the last question, wildcard tilde symbol. I'm sure you all can see this symbol below your escape in your keyboard. What is the meaning of this? Tilde symbol converts your wildcards into the regular text. So it converts the asterisk and question mark as a regular text. That's the correct answer. Let me submit. I'm sure I should get 10 out of 10. Oh, somewhere, I'm really sorry, maybe while preparing the question, I'm really sorry. Actually, for this, oh, sorry. In fact, I have read the question very wrong. Max function, large function results different answers. That is actually false, because both give the same answer. You all should excuse me. Q9 correct answer is false. I read the question very fast. Actually, I said whether these two are giving the different answers. False, because both are giving the same answer. So I got 9 marks. I hope everyone understood the 5th question and 6th question, because most of the people are asking the same. Yeah, answer should it not be false? Yeah, Arun, I'm sorry. In fact, I missed it. Please repeat question number 5, column part. Rather, I'll look into the same. Large and function result different answer, but it mentioned as a true. Okay. Okay, so I think many members got the confusion in the same way. Fine. Now let me go to my Excel and explain you how exactly it works. Everyone, please concentrate. Let me go to the folder. Let me go to the 11th. Let me copy this. Let me open this file first of all, so that you can see the answers of the questions in the previous week's working file. Let the Excel file open. Let me share the Excel file. It's taking a little time. I request you to please wait. It's taking a little time. Could you please confirm whether you are able to see the Excel file, index and match? Great. One second. Stop share the window. Oops. Let me open the file again. It's opening. Yeah. Let me share this Excel with you all. Okay, so yeah, I'm sure you all can see the file now. Now, yeah, question number 5 having a lot of confusion to the members? Friends, this is what I was talking about. All case in the index. Yeah, see, if you at least practice once after my session, I'm sure you can get 10 out of 10. Index, see, this entirely is the sales one, right? So this is the sales one. So if you observe this is sales, for example, sales 1, 1. What is the meaning of it? In the sales table, get the first row, first column. So first row, first column means 1 row, 1 column. It's gonna be 1 by 1 matrix. So first row, first column is always 1 by 1 matrix. For example, out of the sales data, if I keep 3, 2, what is the answer I'm going to get? I'll get the third row of the second column. So third row of the second column is also one single cell. It's a 1 by 1 matrix. When I put index sales 4, 0, that means 0 column I kept means all the columns of the fourth row. So fourth row of all the columns. How many columns are there? 4 columns are there. So fourth row, all columns. So this is what the one which I'm talking about. It's gonna be 1 by 4 matrix because 1 row, 4 columns. When it comes to sales, 0, 2, 0 means all rows. 2 means second column. So out of this table, second column all rows. That means this is the one I am referring. That means this index function result at the back end all the rows of the second column. That means which matrix this is? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows, only 1 column. So it's going to be 6 by 1 column. This is the one exactly I asked in the question. If anyone having any question, please let me know. Radha, I hope you got the point. Aman, I hope you got the point. Right? So let me ask you, let me also explain you one more point. At the back end, it's going to give you 6 by 4 matrix or 6 by 1 matrix, but I cannot fit those many items into one single cell. So that's the reason what I did. I kept the sum function before the index function. So in this case, I want first row, first column. So sum of one value is the same value, I'll get it. In this case, third row, second value. So sum of only one value, I'll get 1 by 1 matrix. In this case, actually, index function gives me 4 by 1 matrix because, sorry, 1 by 4 matrix because one row is there, all columns are there. But since I kept the sum function, it is going to sum all these values. If it sum all these values, how many final values you'll get it? Only one value. So sum function always results 1 by 1 matrix. In this case, 6 by 4 matrix, sorry, 6 by 1 matrix, I kept in the sum function. So sum add up all those values of 6 rows and 1 column, I'll get 1 by 1 matrix as an answer. In this case, sales, 0, 0, that means the entire sales table, that's going to be 6 by 4 matrix. So I kept in the sum function. So all the values in this range will be added. Finally, I'll get one answer. Okay, I hope everyone got clear understanding now. Anyone having any question now? Great. So this is the meaning that whether the sum function always results one value or not. One more question I asked, many people surprised. I asked a question equal to SUMIF. While I was writing the function, how many syntax are there? Only one syntax is there. Only one syntax is there. Okay. Let's take it like click help. So please bear with me. My Excel is taking a lot of time because I kept so many apps at the back end to work on. Let me close this. Oops. So SUMIF function having only one syntax. Let me show you the VLOOKUP function equal to VLOOKUP. How many syntax are there? Only one syntax is there. This is the one single syntax. I've shown you the match function. How many syntax are there? Only one syntax is there. Let me show you the index function. How many syntax are there? There are two syntax. In the first syntax, I have 1, 2, 3 arguments. In the second syntax, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 arguments. This is what my question. Which of the following function as having more than one syntax. Yeah, of course, the last week session, along with the last week session, all 11 week sessions are there in the YouTube of Vijayawada branch of SARC. I request you to watch the sessions if you miss anything. Yeah, great. So I have given one assignment in the last week. I don't know how many of you completed this assignment. What I'll do, I'll take one more Excel file. Let me quickly paste here so that I can save this file into the current week's folder. Paste here. Okay. So values, format, format. Okay. So no problem. I'll quickly format this. I'll share the present Excel what I'm doing. Just give me 2 minutes. I'll share the assignment Excel file with you all. So let me go to branch and the number problem. So this is an assignment from index. So this assignment is basically in case of all work. That's the meaning. Okay, so let me close this without saving. So let me share the fresh Excel, what I'm referring here. Yeah, friends, this is the assignment I have given it to you in the last week. I don't know how many of you tried. If anyone got the correct answer, please share the formula in the chat box. Has anyone got the correct answer for this? You tried? I already told you practice is the most important. So how much time you spent in listening, if you are not practicing, everything goes waste. So after the session, whenever you have a time, because almost a 7 days gap is there, so I request you can practice. No problem. Let me explain you. Earlier, just for writing the get the values of A, B, C, D, E, F of Q2, I have used the index and match function. Let me recap this function. Index function, in this, I want to get which row value, I can use the match function. But before going into this, let me select this and give the name as sales. The sales is the defined name, because for me selecting B2 column E7 is a very boring, even writing in the formula. So I can refer E2 column B2 column E7 as a sales henceforth. So let me write the index function. Let me use the first syntax. So the array, nothing but the range for which I'm referring is the sales. In this, which row you want? I want the F row. F is nothing but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th row. And I want Q2 value. So which value, which column it is? 1, 2, second column. So I need to give 6, 2 is going to give you Fx2 intersection value. So Fx2 is 272. But the problem is, if I change this value to this will not change automatically. So I have to make the 6 and 2 both are dynamic. So to make it dynamic, I can use the match function. I can check Excel whether this value is available in this. If it is available, could you please give me the exact match? So it's going to give me the position of G2 out of A2 column A7. So this give me the answer of 6, because A2 column A7 is having A, B, C, D, E, F, and G2 is nothing but F. So F position is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this gives me the 6 as an answer. In the same way, let me use the match function for the column number. Match, look for this value, where this row, get me the exact position, close bracket. So this match function give me the position number of Q4, which is nothing but 1, 2, 3, 4. If I enter, my answer is 828. Till here I have covered in the previous session, no confusion. Now, let me explain you, in case of all, how are you going to manage it? Right? If I put all here, It's a not available error. Everyone please concentrate because I'm talking very important topic. I'm talking very important topic. Please concentrate. So if I put all, what Excel is doing, Excel is looking for G2. G2 is nothing but all. In this A2 column A7, is there all here? No. Since this is giving me a not available error, the index function also giving me the same result as an answer. But actually, the intention of this input is that I want to get the total of this. All rows of Q1 column. So I want my answer must be 4688, right? So what I need to do, I should get 0 instead of match function. So let me give 0 so that you will get the correct answer. But as I told you, you cannot fit in one single cell more than one value on top of everything. Let me put the sum function. So what Excel does, Excel gonna give me all the rows from this column in the sales range, and the result it's going to sum at the back end. So if I enter, I'll get correct answer 4688. Absolutely, this is the correct answer. But when I change this to back, see, still my answer is same. Why? Because you made a constant here 0. Because it is C now I should use the match function. Match. Look for this value. Where? Within this range and get me the exact match. But here there is a problem. Every time when I change this to all, I need to make it 0. Other than that, I should make it match function. But I cannot change again and again, right? If I change here all, it must be in a position to give me the total of Q4. If I put all here, that means I want all and all of column and row. I want the entire table total. If I give a value here, I want the entire D row total. Based on my input here, this must change here automatically. Concentrate everyone. If this is all and this is Q1, let us see what will happen. Now, do you think the entire formula is going wrong because of this? No. Here I want now 0 because this is all. So can I use a logical function here? Yes. What is the function? I'll ask a simple question to Excel. If the question I'm asking, Excel, could you please cross-check this one? Whether it is equal to all, as you all know, the text has to be covered in the double quotation. If this logical test is true, then please give me the answer as a 0. If not, please give the answer as a value if false. Let me close bracket. Can we use the sum if instead of sum and if function separately? You cannot, because sum if purpose is entirely different. Sum if purpose is if the same value is repeating more than once, please sum all those values. But here I want to have an intersection value or the total of every column. Okay, so if you observe, this is nothing but the array. This is nothing but the array or the range, and this result will be the row number. This result will be the row number. How? When G2 is all, it's going to give me the row number of 0. If it is not all, it's going to give me the position of this value. Wonderful. But the same problem may be even there for the match function also. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use the if function again. If cross-check whether this value is equal to all, then the answer is 0. If not, use the match function, right? Now close bracket. If I remove all these brackets, as I told you, Excel is such a clever application. Now could you please tell me where is the syntax? My syntax is below the match function. Could you please tell me which argument I'm writing now? I'm writing now third argument of the match function. How many arguments are there in the match function? 3. I think my third argument is over. Let me close this. Once I close this, my syntax went back and sit below the if function, indicating that Mr. Saran, you had to close the if function. So in the if function, how many arguments are there? 3. First argument is over, second argument is over, third argument is over. Am I need to close the if function? Yes. Let me close this. Could you please tell me which argument I am writing now? I am writing the third argument of the index function because the syntax went and sit below the index function. Do you think the first argument is over? Yes, it's a range. Do you think the second argument is over? Yes, it's a row number. Do you think the third argument is over? Yes, it's a column number. So my index function is also over. Let me close bracket. Now my syntax went and sit below the sum function. But how many arguments of the sum function I have written here? One argument. That argument is nothing but the index function, right? So let me close brackets. Since my syntax disappeared and also the last bracket is in the black, it is an indication for me that I closed the brackets properly. While you are dealing with the complex formulas in MS Excel, brackets plays very important role. Many a times people get the message that you entered very few arguments or you entered many arguments. These type of pop-up messages come because user is not following a proper syntax methodology to open the bracket and close the bracket. Please let us know what is the significance of different colors of 1, 2, 3, 4 brackets. It is just for the user to indicate. See, green color, that means this is the opening for the syntax and this is the closing. This is light blue color, that means that is belongs to from here till here. This is little red color, so that is for the index function. The last one is the black color, which start with the summit function. That's the only color significance we start. Can I answer now? Do you think I'm going to get the correct answer? Yeah, you are right. Each function having one color. Do you have a confidence that I'll get the correct answer? Put in the chat box. I want to see your confidence levels of using the formula. Of course, yes, because I trust Excel. Right? Now take it out. Q1 total 3757. Wow. Now Q2 total, Q3 total, Q4 total, all total. That means this entire total. Now, if I put A, B, the entire B row. Now, if I put C, the entire D row total. Right? If I put F, the entire F row total. If I want to give only this one as Q3, only for F Q3 value. Let me give the formula text here. Friends, for your information, okay, for your better understanding what I'm going to do, generally I request you to follow in the same methodology while writing the formula so that you will understand exactly how it works. You can just put this alt enter so that it goes into the next row. Now let me give the space still here so that you can understand how many arguments are there properly. Now go here. Index is having 3 arguments. Now go here. So it's the second argument. If function is having 3 arguments, this is the first argument, this is the second argument. If it is true, this is the third argument if it is false. Now, my if function is over, so let me close the if function. Now, this is the third argument of the index function. Okay, what I'll do, I just close this and let me keep it. Yeah, now this is the third argument of the index function. So how many arguments are there in the if here? Again, 1. See, writing the formula is an art. How great control you have, that much great formulas you can write. So this is over. So my if is over. Now let me put the index 1 here. So my index is also over. Let me put the sum is also here. So if I just app, and this is the way it works. Enter, I got the same answer. Let me do less and let me put here, and I'm going to put a snap of this. Let me use a snipping tool so that I can just copy paste the formula here. Just give me 1 second. It's just loading the snipping tool at the back, and as you all know, snipping tool will help me to take the snap of it. Yeah. So let me take this. This, copy this, and escape, and let me paste it. Friends, this is the formula I've written. Okay, see, you can understand the relevance of this formula. See, out of this entire formula, though this formula looks bigger, but if you ask me, the hero character in this entire story is the index function. You know what is a supporting character? Sum function. If you just write an index function, you may not get the answer. Though it is just a supporting role, but very important supporting role. Index is the hero function because for this entire formula, it is depending on the intersection. But since intersection may have more than one value, I have taken the support of some function to get the total of it. For the index function, for the hero, if function, match function are the supporting characters. Maybe you can say the friendly characters. Okay, but in this entire formula, index is the most important. Index and match is the best combination. I have taken the support of if because there may be a chance of all. I want to tell to the index function that if this is all, directly take 0. If this is all here, directly take 0. 0 as a row, 0 as a column. That means 0, 0. That means all the rows and all the columns. That's all. Anyone having any question? Please let me know. Sir, you can write the short formula in Excel. This is a short formula, of course. If you want to, are there not 4 arguments? Index, if, and match. Yeah, this is not, there are no 4 arguments actually. This index is having only 2 arguments. One argument is sales, the other argument having if function, the third argument is also having if function. Match is part of the if function. Sir, ultimately index is used for the intersection purpose. No, I think you are not getting the point. Intersection, you can even get it very simple. But many a times, I think rather when you look into the dashboards of the management, they may look quarter-wise, vertically, horizontally, or the entire table. So if that is the case, one single function is helping me to get those results. Will this undergo a change if I have Q1 to Q4 and last column as a whole year? No, instead of myself giving as a whole year, okay, I can just put like this. Okay, you can either put all, you can even keep all. If that is the case, you can directly ask Excel to get that value. But I don't want my original data to change. If that is the case, this is the formula you can work on. If anyone having any question till here, please let me know. I hope rather you got the understanding of this entire concept. Arun, great. This is a part of the story of the index function. However, index having a lot of power than what I just covered. Okay, let me look into the other powerful thing of the index function. Now, okay, let me keep this here. This is all case index, all case. Okay, now let me copy this data. So let me just copy this data. Let me go here. Let me go to the next sheet. Let me copy this. Go here. Paste special values. Paste special column width. Paste special format. Okay. Copy this. Paste here. Now what I'm doing, I just copy this. I want the same column width. Paste special column width. Okay. Now I'll copy these 2 tables. Let me paste here. Don't confuse. You will get to know in next 1 or 2 minutes that what I'm doing. Now, friends, I'll be keeping this as product number 1 or else product A. This I'm going to keep it as a product B. Product B. This I'm going to keep for the product C. This data is belongs to the product. You may be surprising, Mr. Saran, the data is exactly in the same position and the same data is there because obviously I copied and pasted the data. I got the same data. If I want to select this entire data at a time, what is a shortcut? File, special, I want to select the constants in this sheet, which are belongs to the numbers. Let me click OK. Only numbers got selected. So what I can do now, I can simply either delete, or without even deletion also you can write the formula equal to rand between, as you all know this function give you the random numbers between two numbers. Let me take 100 comma 1000. What is the shortcut I need to use to get the same result in the entire selected area? Could you please tell me the answer in the chat box? What is the formula I should use to get the data in the entire selected area? So it's control plus enter. Okay. So many people ask me to repeat the steps again. Friends, I want to fill the data in the numbers in different values. So what I can do, I can use F5. F5 is nothing but you can go to your special cells, click the special, rather you can please concentrate. Then I want to select only the numbers in the sheet. Numbers are nothing but the constants, and in the constants, I want to check only the numbers. If I click OK, what Excel does, it is going to select the special cells of numbers in this entire worksheet. If I click OK, it has selected that area. Now what I'll be doing, I put the formula in the active cell. This is the active cell, rand between, and I'm going to get 100 comma 1000. If I want to paste the same formula in the entire selected area, control plus enter is the shortcut. Control plus enter. Wow. You can copy the non-adjacent areas. See, I just did control C. It got copied here, it got copied, it got copied, it got copied. But you cannot paste into the non-adjacent cells. You cannot use paste special and values. It's going to give me an error stating that, Mr. Saran, this action won't work on multiple selections. Copy is possible from multiple selection, but paste is not possible into the multiple selection. So if that is the case, what I can do, you can simply select the entire Excel, copy, select the entire Excel, Control C, paste special values. Okay, or else if you want to do only paste special values, you can only select this area, copy paste special values. Right? Now everyone understood how to prepare. What is the use of copy of multiple without pasting cell? There may be a chance. See, I think you should get the point. My point of using multiple selection is, let's say 10 is there, 20 is there, 30 is there, 40 is there. There may be a situation where I can just hold the control key, select this, hold the control key, select this, hold the control key, select this. I can copy this. Kasturi, maybe you can check it with this example. Let's say I want to keep everything one after other. You can simply do control V. There are situations where instead of myself deleting, I can keep everything one after other by copying multiple selection. I hope you got the point, Kasturi. But when I copy this data, control C, when I want to paste the same data here, Excel said it's not possible. But the different Kasturi funny. Paste is possible into a single cell. Paste is not possible into multiple selection. Whereas copy is possible from the single cell as well as from the multiple selection. Why we are calling numbers as constants? Here not clear. Please explain. Of course, I think you missed the second day, Arun. I explained about types of values. There are three values we have in Excel: number, text, Boolean values. These three we call as a constants, right? So I hope you got the clear understanding now. Arun, can you go ahead? Please confirm everyone. Arun, you got the point? Great. Now, friends, let me take a little more complex. Now, I can do the same. I can take the company, I can take quarter, I can take maybe sales. Now, we know that I can take the company, maybe I can take the list, I can take this, or else if you want everything along with all, then I can have A1, sorry, A, comma, C, comma, D, comma, E, comma, F. Wonderful. I can select anything out of this, right? So I want Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4, Q1, comma, Q2, comma, Q3, comma, Q4. Wonderful. You can select anything out of this. If anyone having any question, please let me know. But here one more parameter is there. You know what is the parameter? Product. Let me go to the data validation. Give A, comma, B, comma, C, comma, D. Right? If anyone having any question, please let me know. Now, if I take A, that means product A of company B. Okay. So Q2 I want to get. If I just change this to B, from the second table, I want to get the B value of Q2. And if I take it C, from the third table, it will pick up. I hope everyone understood. What is the shortcut for the multiple pasting case? There is no shortcut. Just simply do Control V. Here, table header is a product A, and there is a row A3 as A. How Excel identifies these separately? It is based on our selection. Friends, product A, product B is only for my understanding. How you tell to the Excel whether it's a product or a company, Excel will take it. Okay, Excel automatically cannot understand whether it's a product or a company. It's based on my selection. Okay, everyone please concentrate. In this case, I should get the correct sales figure here. Okay, so as you all know, in fact, I have given one question in the assessment test also. Index function is having more than one syntax. First syntax is having only 3 arguments. Second syntax is having 4 arguments. Now you can ask the question, what is the relevance, okay, of using the using 4 argument syntax? Everyone please concentrate. Now what I'll be doing, though this is product A, this is product B, this is product C, and this is product D, for the better understanding, I'm going to keep it as numbers 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 second. 1, 2, 3, 4. You will get to know why I kept 1, 2, 3, 4. Little later, have a look. Okay, so that means it's a table basically. First table, second table, third table, fourth table. Concentrate everyone. Equal to index. Here I have taken array, that means one table. But here I would like to take a reference. But before writing the formula, let me give a defined names to make my entire example simple. Let me select this and give the name as a P.A. You know why I kept P.A? Because it's a product A. Enter. For this, let me give P.B because it's a product B. Let me give the defined name for this. It's a P.C. Okay, let me give the defined name here. That is nothing but P.D. The only place where I got the lowercase is P.C. So you can go to the name manager. You got this. Let me edit this. Instead of a lowercase, let me put uppercase. But for your information, defined name can be any of the case. It's not a case sensitive, but just for looking better, I just converted into the uppercase. Concentrate everyone. I did nothing except given ranges, defined name for all the 4 ranges. This range I have given as a P.B, this I have given as a P.C, and this I have given as a P.T. Simple. Perfect. Let's go to the sales. I can use the index function, but I don't want to take array because my data is not just belongs to one table. I want to use the reference. So let me open bracket. You should tell to the Excel how many references are there. I have 4 references. Take the first reference, comma, take the second reference, comma, take the third reference, comma, and I take the fourth reference, concentrate, close bracket. If I don't keep this in the open bracket and close bracket, Excel may consider this as a first argument, this as a second argument, this as a third argument, and this as a fourth argument. Do you know the reason why? Because there is a comma. In the syntax, when you keep a comma, that means after the comma, it belongs to the next argument. Because I kept everything into the bracket here, for the Excel, it's only one argument. Okay, so index is over. That's nothing but a reference. I kept the sequence of P dot A, P dot B, P dot C, and P dot D, comma. Now I want to give the row number. Will you get the row number directly? No. I'm going to take the support of match function. Match, look for this value, comma. Anyway, whether I refer to this table or this table or this table or this table, the sequence is same. So let me take this table, comma. I want an exact match, close bracket. If you observe, this row function give me the position number of a B within this left column. Great. So two arguments are over. One is the reference, the other one is the row number. Now, comma. I want to have a column number. Of course, I am going to write the same function, match. Which value you want to match? Lookup value. I want to look for this value where either you can take this row, or you can take this row, or you can take this row, or you can take this row, because the position of the rows are same. So let me take this and a comma. I want an exact match, close bracket. Now I want to close the index function out. Friends, for your information, let me explain you. The index, I have taken the reference having 4 tables, and I got the row number through using a match function, and I got the column number using the match function again. But here there is a question from the Excel side. Mr. Saran, you have given me a row number and you have given me a column number. Wonderful. But I want to consider this row number and column number of which table is the question. I hope you are getting the point. So do you want me to get from P dot A, or do you want me to get from P dot B, or do you want me to get from P dot C, or do you want me to get from P dot D? So that is nothing but the fourth argument, comma, have an area number. You know what is my area number? My area number is nothing but 2. Close bracket. Now friends, this will be 2. That means it's going to pick up the second sequence in this. So P dot B, it's going to pick up as a array. If I put 3 here, so this becomes the area number 3. Out of these 4, what is the third area? P dot C. If it is 4, area number will become 4. So that means out of these 4, what is the area I'm talking about? P dot D. That means in the P dot D table, it's going to pick up this row number and this column number intersection value. Let me enter this. Wow. Check it out what happened. BQ2. Is it correct? Yes. When I take 1, I want to take from the first table, 632. So check it out. It is 632. When I take third one, it's going to be 636. This is 636. Let me have the fourth one. 792. It's going to be 792. If anyone having any question, please let me know. Yeah, there's a question. There are a couple of questions. Let me answer the questions one after other. Okay, so there's a question. Please give me some time to read the question. Here the table header product A, and there is a row A3 as A. How will Excel identify these separately? I think Arun, I already answered, because yeah, that got clarified. 1 second. I should ask one more question. Yeah. Index first argument is mentioned as an array, and the next line in index, it is a reference. Can you please explain? I think it got clarified. Okay. Now that is also got clarified. Index first argument, yeah, that's what I said. Array is nothing but you are taking from one table. Reference is nothing but you are referencing so many tables. Which table you want to pick up is depending on the fourth argument. So I made my fourth argument dynamic. In this case, my fourth argument is depending on this value. If anyone having any question, please let me know. Since I have taken 1, 2, 3, 4, in that sequence, if I put 1, it will take this. If I put 2, it will take this. If I put 3, it will take this. If I put 4, it takes this. As simple as it. Don't you got clarity now? Can you say array is an overall data, overall area, and reference we pin the point? No, I think it's the other way around. In this case, in index function, array means one table. In index function, reference means one or more tables. Since we are referring more than one table, Excel is asking the user to mention range number, or else what is the last argument? Let me see this, area number. So more than one table, Excel is asking the user to mention the area number. That's nothing but a table number. Okay. If you are taking only one array, no question, no need to mention which table because it's only one table. But when you are using the second syntax having a reference, then it is asking Saran which table it is. If anyone having any question till here, please let me know. Any question? I still remember in one of the company, I think Indus Towers, long back, almost 4 years back, when I was doing the assignment. This is the formula which helped them a lot, because they were having the data from different tables, and as a management, they just want to have a drop down here. Based on the drop down, they should get the totals properly. Okay. If that is the case, they tried with individual tables and so on, but using the index function, they got the final answer. Okay, so it is just our observation, looking into the functions. How great we know the functions, it is depending on how good we are with the arguments of the function. Friends, what I'll be doing, you may be saying, Mr. Saran, for example, here instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, if I take A, B, C, D, what will happen? A, B, C, D. Let me select B. I got wrong answer. You know why? Because M2 is nothing but the area number. What is there in the M2? B. Is B a number? No. Since it's an invalid argument, I got a value error. How to overcome this problem? Can anyone tell? How to overcome this problem? Can anyone tell? Simple. I'll make a small supporting table here. A, B, C, D. Okay. And everyone please concentrate. Please concentrate. When I put 1, 2, 3, 4, there's a supporting table. This table is having the product. This is nothing but the area number. Okay. So this is a small table. Let me give the border for this table so that you can understand. Now let me give the border. Okay. Now what I'll be doing, if this is the case, okay, let me explain this as a separate example. So let me take here 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me not disturb this. What I'll do, I'll just copy this and I'll paste here. Maybe let me just take this, Control X. Let me put here Control V. The references got changed because I just copy pasted this below. So let me take it properly. So it's gonna be, this is nothing but this, and yeah, this is nothing but this. These are the only two things which got changed, if I'm not wrong. Remaining everything is as it is. And okay, now friends, if I take here instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, A, B, C, D, if you take B, obviously it's going to be value error because M10 is the number I want here, but it has given the product name. So if this is the case, what I'll be doing, I'm sure you can answer in this case. Instead of M10, I can write a small function called VLOOKUP function. Yeah, to get the issue resolved. You are correct, Arun. You are correct. So I'll be simply using M10 VLOOKUP function. So VLOOKUP, look for this value where within this table. So let me select this table and get me the second column value as an answer. If you enter, you'll get the same answer. So even if you take the product, no problem. It understood from where it has to be. If anyone having any question till here, please let me know. Anyone? Am I fast? I hope. Yeah, I know we almost reached because almost 50% of the session is over. So we slowly going into the advanced. So is it not the supporting table would be length? Means I didn't get you. Radha, could you please unmute and speak if possible? Oh.
Sir, I am asking that you are preparing supporting table, right? So it wouldn't be lengthy if the data is so much big.
No, here supporting table will have, if you have 20 tables, then you have 20 values. These all are not the left column. I think you are not confusing. These A, B, C, D are nothing but the tables. Product A, product B, product C, product D. So obviously, if you have 20 tables, you're going to keep all the table names here. Then you're going to keep the area numbers. Radha, I hope.
No, sir, I still didn't get it. Please.
So can you please explain the question again if you don't mind?
Yeah, sir. Sir, I was saying that see, there would be not 4 tables in big organizations. There may be many tables. For example, 50 tables are there. So for each, we cannot prepare the supporting table, right, sir?
You are correct. See, basically, this is a one-time job to write the formula. So there is no other alternative. We have to make the table ready. So we have to prepare it and we should use it. Otherwise, what I'll do, instead of taking a product name here, I'll take directly the product number, the table number. Any of the method we follow. But in this case, you have to give the index of the tables. So we are preparing the index of the tables. You are correct. But don't worry. Keep all your questions hold for a couple of days. When I talk about the index function, in fact, let me cover the same thing, though it is 14th day topic since you asked me. Okay, friends, have a look here. Are you finding here 13th? Next week, I have to talk about indirect function and offset function. Out of which, let me talk about indirect function today itself. Maybe this I'll talk in the next week. Everyone, please concentrate. Because you guys are asking more questions into this. This is not really a great method, okay? Because in a practical scenario, let me tell you how it works. So let me save this file. Now this I'm going to open one more Excel file. Now let me copy this entire data. Control C. These special values, these special formats, these special column. Okay, so let me close this Excel file. Let me save and let me take this one here, Control C, and I can go to the next new sheet, Control V. I know that this is not appearing to you. I have to share this new Excel file. I just copy pasted the same thing here. Now I'll take a yes, close it. Yeah. Everyone, please concentrate. Practical case, I told you, right? I did one assignment for one of the clients in the telecom. There actually the the topic is a little more complex. I'm sure the screen is visible now. Yeah. So it is little more complex. You know what is the complexity in my example in the assignment which I solved? Here ABCDF is there, right? Here it is B, E, F, G, H, A. In this case, let's say if it is G, H, A, B, C, D. Maybe in this case, let me put here C, B, A, G, B, yeah, as it is. Okay. If that is the case, see, if you observe, this is most complex because Excel not only must have a capability to look into the correct table, but also look into the correct value. Because if this is the table, it should look into this value. If this is the table, it should look into this column. If this is the table, it should look into this column. And if this is the table, it should look into this column. I hope everyone understood the assignment. Yeah, this case study. Could you please confirm in the chat box? This is a little more complex because every time my left column and top row may not be into the same position. Most practical. Yes. If this is the case, based on my selection, now I'm going to have the company not just have A, B, C, D, F, it must have A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, and all. Now here, let me have Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4, and all. Okay, I'm making it very complex there. Answer this. If I take B, all, that means B product, all. If I make it A product, all, B, C, and D, based on that, everything has to change automatically. For your information, some of the companies may be available in every table and may not be available in some of the cases. Even it should consider that complexity and it should give me the correct answer. But before going into that, let me introduce you a function called indirect. Very important function. I request your utmost concentration for next couple of minutes. Anyone having any question? Please let me know. The function name is indirect function. Okay, so 1 second. Let me hide the row. Yeah. See, basically, friends, how many of you are having experience using the indirect function before this session? Anyone put in the chat box? How many of you are having experience using the indirect function? Suppose if one of the table has 5 rows and 4 columns, no problem, because here it is only depending on, yeah, Arun, it is only depending on the table size. So you are going to select a table and you will give a defined name. So defined name, while giving, you will select a proper table. If it is having only 4 rows, you will select 4 rows, otherwise 100 rows, anything is fine. Sir, earlier A1 cell was not visible. Now it is visible. How? No, earlier mistakenly I made it hide. Now I did unhide. Simple. Yeah. Great. So concentrate. If I put 100, please be interactive in the session. I request you to be please interactive. Yeah. Why my chart is going away from me? Yeah. Now, if I ask you the question, equal to, let me put here, equal to A1. If I enter, what is the answer? Put in the chat box, everyone. Wow. I know this is a very simple, straightforward question. Equal to, in double quotation, A1, what is the answer? Put in the chat box. Everyone, please keep in the chat box the answer. Wow. I think you all became very good with respect to the basics. You got to know the basics very thoroughly. The answer is A1 because of the text. Now, friends, if I want to convert this text into the reference, I can take the support of the indirect function. You know what indirect function does? It converts your text having the nature of cell reference into the proper cell reference. Okay, so now what I'll be doing equal to indirect. Now let me keep A1 in the double quotation. Could you please enter what is the answer? Though A1 is a text, because I kept in the indirect function, it's going to pick up A1 reference. So it converts this text into the reference. My answer is 100. Wow. So if I enter, my answer is 100. So if you look into these three formulas, Okay, this. Could you please tell me what is the answer in this case? If I enter, what's the answer? Indirect of C3. What's the answer? Is it 10 or 100? Not available. Why? See, basically, C3 means text of A1. So at the back end, C3 understood as a text. So indirect of text of A1 means A1 reference. So what is there in the A1 reference? 100. If I enter, my answer is 100. No problem. For example, A is there, equal to indirect. Okay, or else, yeah, let's say A is here, equal to indirect. Yes, joined with one closed bracket. Could you please tell me what is the answer in this formula? Will it be still 100 or a different answer? It will be still 100 because B6 is a text. I'm joining with 1. When you use the ampersand symbol, the result is always a text. So I'm going to get A1 text. So is there any valid reference called A1? Yes, that's having 100. My answer is 100. Wonderful. Right? Friends, absolute thing, the very great thing of this formula is if I write 100 here. If I delete this entire row, could you please tell me, will any of the answers get changed here? If I delete this entire row, equal to A1 I have written, but I am deleting a referred cell. So this gives me a reference error. I have written here equal to A1 constant text. So this will not change. Here I have referred to equal to A1 text. So after I delete this row, this 500 will become A1 cell. So I'm going to get 500 as an answer. This also I'll get 500 as an answer. This also I'll get 500 as an answer. So let me select this. Let me put control minus. So this becomes a referent, but this became constant. If anyone having any question, please let me know. Please let me know. For example, friends, for example, this is the Q1, this is the Q2, Q3, Q4, this is 100, 200, 300, 400, right? Then, for example, if I want to take index, if I take this close bracket, could you please tell me what is the answer? Can anyone please tell what is the answer? Put in the chat box. Q2 is the answer, is it? The value in the Q2 is the answer. Because this Q2 is a text. So, oh, I'm sorry. I kept index, is it? I'm sorry. It's going to be the indirect. Really sorry. Yeah. Now, could you please tell me what may be the answer? What may be the answer? The value from the Q2 cell, because Q2 is a text. So indirect of Q2 text is a Q2 reference. Q2 is having nothing. That's the reason I got 0. If I put 500 here, then you know what happened? This also becomes 500. So don't confuse when you select the reference. Okay. For example, let me give the name of this as, let's say, Saran, or else there's a Telugu film called Oh Baby. So let me take Oh Baby. If I take O here, if I take baby here, equal to this, join with this. Could you please tell me what is the answer? It's going to join these two. The answer is O baby. Now, if I put this in the indirect function, please tell me what is the answer? Indirect. First of all, Excel give me the answer for this as a O baby text. In the entire Excel, is there any meaning for the O baby? Yes. This cell called as a defined name called O baby. So the answer gonna be 100. Okay, I hope everyone understood the relevance of the indirect function. Wait for a minute, you will get to know where exactly you can use the indirect function. Let me take more examples. But let me tell you in a simplest way, indirect function converts the text into the valid reference. In case if the text is not matching to any valid reference, then indirect function returns which error, you know, it's a ref error because it's not finding a proper reference. For example, equal to indirect, let me put 7. Please tell me what is the answer if I enter. Can anyone please tell me what is the answer if I enter? The answer is going to be the reference error because 7 is the text, which is good, but I kept in the indirect function. So indirect function is trying to make this 7 as a reference, but in the entire Excel of this, there is no reference called 7, so it's gonna give me the reference error. Okay, great. Guys, please concentrate on this example. This is 1200. This is 1200. This is A18. This is A19. This is A20. This is A21. Please answer in this case equal to indirect. What is the answer? Please put in the chat box. Can indirect create a circular reference if we used it separately? Yeah, I'll look into your question, sir. It must be to use double quotation in C3 of 1200. Not required. Let this be as it is. Please give me the answer. If I enter, what will happen? Everyone, please. A21 is the answer. Many people said. 1200 is the answer. Kasuri. Arun is 21. SR is 21. I request other members, please be participative in the session. Please be interactive. See, I think you're confusing. You're confusing. Don't confuse. A22 meaning is what at the back end? Can anyone tell what is the meaning of A22 at the back end? At the back end, A22 is nothing but A21 text. Yes or no? That means A22 cell is having A21 text. So indirect of A21 text is A21 reference. So what is there in the A21 reference? A20. So my answer gonna be A20. Everyone wrong. I hope you understood the logic in this case. Yeah, don't worry. Don't worry, I'll repeat. A22 having what value, can anyone tell? A22 cell is having A21 text. So at the back end, A22 is nothing but A21 text. Indirect of A21 text means A21 reference. Do you agree with me? Indirect of A21 text is nothing but A21 reference. So Excel is going to give me the result of A21 cell value. So what is there in the A21 cell? A20 is the text. So A20 is my answer. Okay. So in this case, formula text. Guys, concentrate please. If I take the same formula, Control C, if I do Control V, if I put one more indirect function on top of it, is answer. What is the answer in this case? Yeah, Kasturi. Seems you got the logic now. Arun, SR, you are still going wrong. Please understand. Narendra, you are correct. Prasuk, you are also correct. Arun, you corrected now. Yeah. Concentrate now. Concentrate piece by piece. A22 cell reference is having A21 text. So indirect of A21 text is nothing but A21 reference. What is there in the A21 reference? A20 text. So this formula results me A20 text as an answer. So indirect of A20 text is A20 reference. What is there in the A20 reference? A19. So my answer is going to be A19. Now you can easily answer because we are very good in trial and error and these type of sequential answers. I know that. Now, could you please tell me what is the answer in this case? What is the answer in this case? It's gonna be the A18. Wonderful. When I copy this, when I paste here, when I put one more indirect function, just for give you better understanding about this function, I'm explaining more further. If I enter, could you please tell me what is the answer? The answer is going to be 1200 because let me explain you. A22 is a A21 text. So indirect of A21 text is A21 reference. A21 reference is having A20 text. Indirect of A20 text is A20 reference. A20 reference is having A19 text. Indirect of A19 text is nothing but A19 reference. A19 reference is having A18 text. Indirect of A18 text is nothing but A18 reference. A18 reference is having 1200. So that is what my answer. Okay. So can we say indirect refers to the source row? Is my understanding right? Yes. It's just like arithmetic expression n minus 1. You are absolutely correct. Now, could you please tell me, because logically you must be good. So if I put indirect function, could you please tell me what is the answer? If you give the correct answer for this, I can consider that you understood the function thoroughly. Rather, you are absolutely correct. Kasturi, how it is 0? Because I already know the answer till here. What is the answer till here? 1200. Indirect of 1200 number. Is there any cell reference called as 1200 in my entire Excel? No. So Excel gonna give me reference error in this case. If anyone having any question understanding this, please let me know. Any question, friends? Yeah, once I share this material, I request you to read it thoroughly because until you go back, understand the concept, I'm really sorry, you cannot go ahead. C21 is equal to 1200? No. Who said C21 is equal to 1200? Yeah, C21 result is 1200, correct? Right? So that means this entire formula resulting me 1200. So in the reference, in this case, this is 1200. That's what just now we know. Indirect of 1200 is reference error because in the entire Excel there is no reference called 1200. Sir, it's just like indirect referring with respect to text. You're absolutely correct, Radha. You're absolutely correct. Okay, I'll tell you practical cases using the indirect function. Don't worry. Don't worry. Okay, so great. So now I think we can work around this. We can work around this. Okay, concentrate everyone. Even if you don't understand the formula which I'm going to cover now, no problem. You can leave it and you can take time. You can digest the content because it is a little more advanced formula comparatively than the earlier one. Okay. Now let me put here. I want to get the result here. Okay. So I want to get my result in this case. First of all, I need to write which function. Can anyone tell? Equal to index function. Array is nothing but, let's say, in this table, I want to get, okay, is it the one I'm looking for? Yes. In this table, I want to get, okay, B is nothing but 4th row, okay, 5 is nothing but, sorry, F is nothing but 6th row, and Q3 is nothing but 3rd column. So if I want to get the total, if I want to get the intersection of F column and Q3, F column is this, Q3 is this, It's going to be 163 from the A product. Okay, this is a very manual calculation. But friends, before going into this, let me give the proper defined names so that the work will be much more easy. As I told you, in MS Excel, some of the combinations works very effectively, like index and match, indirect and match, defined names and match, defined names and indirect function, and so on. So what I'll be doing for this, it's already P dot A. For this, it's already P dot B. For this, it's already P dot C. For this, it's already P dot D. Also, let me give the reference for this. This reference is nothing but, it is a product, right? P dot, okay, C dot, because it's a company, right? C dot A, that means company for the A product. Don't confuse. For this, let me give the name as C dot B. For this, let me give the name as C dot C. I'm covering very complex topic. Please concentrate. For this, let me give the name as C dot D. Friends, why I am giving a defined names? Because I don't want to refer these names. Because referring the cell references will be very boring. So I can easily understand. It's a quarter, right? Quarter belongs to the A product, Q dot A. This is gonna be the Q dot B. This is gonna be the Q dot C, Q dot C, and this is gonna be the Q dot D. You know, in this sheet, how many cell references, how many defined names are there? 12. One is P dot A, P dot B, P dot C, and P dot D. The other one is C dot A, C dot B, C dot C, and C dot D. The other one is Q dot A, Q dot B, Q dot C, and Q dot D. Okay. Do you know there is a shortcut which can display all the defined names in the sheet, which can paste all the defined names in the sheet? Yes. Now I can simply go to the formulas. Okay. Or else you can simply put shortcut F3. F3 display all the defined names. Now what I can do, I can just click paste list. Then all the defined names along with the cell references appear. This is belongs to the sheet 2. I don't want, so this all belongs to the sheet 1. You know, this technique we follow while we do the forensic audit, because many a times they use the defined name. Instead ourselves going into a proper sheet and looking for a defined name, we will keep the references properly for each defined name so that we cross check whether it is correctly defined or not. Okay, so this is anyway fine. Let me delete this. Everyone please concentrate. Another 10 minutes. Delete this. Now equal to index. I want to take first product for the time being, P dot A, comma. If I want to get the row number, do I have a direct answer? No. I should take the support of the match function. But using a match function, there is a problem in case of all. So what I'm going to do, I'll use the if function. If this company is equal to all, then take 0. If not, use the match function. This I already covered. Okay. Take the match function, look for this value where within this range, get me the exact match. I know this is complex, but don't worry, concentrate at least. Later, once I share this material, you can refer. Now, close the if function out. Come on. Now I want to have a column number. Do I have a direct answer? No. So what I need to do, I should take the support of match function. But match function may have problem if I select here all. So let me take if function again. If this is equal to all, then take 0 directly. If not, use the match function. You want to match what? This. Where? In this. That's nothing but Q dot A. Get the exact matching. Close bracket. Close the if function. Close the index function. If this is all, if this is all, or if both are all, my index function may give me more than one value at the back end. To overcome the problem, I'm going to sum on top of everything. So let me use the sum function and close it. Don't worry, I've already covered this, so you need not to have any confusion understanding this. This I have already covered today as an answer of the assignment. Here the problem is everything is referring to the A product. At least let us check it out whether it is giving correct answers. E correct. All, sorry, let me take all. So all of Q3. So this is the Q3 total. Wow, 3884. Or else let me take a E. Let me take all. That means entire E row. So let us check it out whether this is giving correct answer. E row. I got 2626. But friends, when I take G or H, because G or H is not there in this left column, that's the reason I got an error. You know, this is a very practical case. Is there any mistake of mine in this case? No, because G is not there in the first table, so it has given me an error. An error looks very odd. So can I take the support of if error function? Yes. If error, if this entire result is an error, then please give me the answer as 0. Try to understand. I've already covered the logical functions. If error, if this entire result of the sum function is an error, please give me the answer as a 0. So that means G is not there. Now that means H is not there. Now when I take all, when this one is also all of all is nothing but 13,527. If anyone having any question understanding this, please let me know. Yeah, Arun, that's what I said. In this case, all means, so if N2 is all, Excel substitute 0 as a row number in the index function. In the row number, it is 0. If it is all here, in the column number also it is 0. So when row number is 0, column number is 0, I want this entire array. So this entire array will be the answer of the sum function, which Excel is going to total. As simple as that. Any further question from anyone? I had to solve. Wait. Sir, this is only about the product A. What about the other products? Yeah, I had to go into that. Have a patience, Radha. A is all is equal to 0, right? Yes. All is like 0. True. Now, I know the question you may be asking, Mr. Saran, you are only talking about product A. But if I make this B, my answer is not changing, unfortunately. Could you please tell us what I'm going to do? Friends, could you please tell me what is the small part which I need to repair out of this entire formula? Do you think, and can you simply say that this entire formula went wrong? No. I told you already, if you write something, if you get an error, the entire formula may not be wrong. Maybe some of the piece may go wrong. Because I have taken P dot A here, it is taking from the product A all the time. But if in this case, it's a product B. So what I should take here, P dot B. If I put C here, I should take P dot C. If I put D here, I should take P dot D. So my array in the index function is depending on this M2 cell. Try to understand. If it is A, I want to have P dot A. If it is B, I want to have P dot B. If it is C, I want to have P dot C. If it is D, I want to have P dot D. Okay. But whatever the case it is, what is common? P dot is common. So what I'll be doing, you know, this P dot A, let me delete and let me put P dot, because P dot is anyway common. Now, you know what I'm going to do? Join this with this. Wow. What happened, you know? Since P dot is common for every table defined name, I have taken P dot as a constant. Then I have taken M2. M2 is nothing but this. If I put A here, that means this intersection I want for the first table, A product. So it's going to pick up P dot A. If I put B here, P dot B. If I put C here, P dot C. If I put D here, P dot D. Do you think this will give you correct answer? No. You know why? Because the index function first argument must be an array. Array is nothing but a range. But what you entered, this gives me the result as a text. Unfortunately, this is not a defined name because you have used the and symbol. So when you use the and symbol, the result is always a text. But Excel is looking for a range reference. But what you entered, text. Could you please tell me what I need to do to convert this text into the proper reference? Anyone in the class? Could you please tell me what I should do to convert this text into the reference? Wonderful. Now, this entire text, I will keep it into the indirect function. I know the formula looks very big. My intention is not to make you scared. My intention is if you understand the basics, logics, any assignment you can crack it. So what is the purpose of taking indirect here? Because when I join P dot with this product name, this becomes a text, but I want to convert this into a reference. So I have taken the help of the indirect. Now this indirect is nothing but P dot B reference. Wow, wonderful. The same problem may be there even here also. In the match function, I have taken C dot A because it's a first product. But if it is B, I should refer into this table left column. So what is the formula I should write here? Can anyone tell me? It's gonna be very simple. C dot is common. Then please join C dot with this product name. Now this becomes a text. To convert this text into the reference, let me put into the indirect function. I know you already bounced with this formula, but don't worry. Okay, I'm going to share this material with you. The same problem may be there, even the top row. I have taken Q dot A because it belongs to the A product here, but this product is depending on what product you select here. If it is A, it must be Q dot A. If it is B, it must be Q dot B. If it is C, it must be Q dot C. So whatever the case it is, what is common? Q dot is common. Join with this. Join with this. But this is a text. But what Excel is looking for? Array. So I need to convert this into the reference. Let me use the indirect function. So do you have the confidence that if I enter, I'll get the correct answer of entire B table total? Put in the chat box the confidence levels of you. Okay, so obviously it's going to give the correct answer. I have a lot of confidence because I follow the syntax. I follow the syntax and rules, so it never go wrong. Let me enter. Wow, this is 14,821 because it's a B total. So to cross check it out, 14,821. If I make it C, check it out, it's going to be 13,427. Now for the C, I want to have D, I want to have all, so D all is exactly 3385. Now if I take B, but in the B, it is there a first row, the D company is a first row, product P is nothing but first row total, and if I want to have only for Q2, it's gonna be the 790. If I make it D from the fourth table, this is D, Q2, this is the answer. Okay, if I make it finally A, if I make it product number F, and if I want to get all, I'm going to have this total, that is 2182. Okay, I know that the formula looks a little bigger, but if you follow a sequential methodology, I'm sure this is very simple. If you ask me, out of this entire formula, what is the most important than the formula, it is the defined names, how you prepare it. Yeah. So if you are not properly defining the names, you cannot get the formula. So in this formula, define the names and indirect function is the best combination. Now you all got to know why they introduced the indirect function. They introduced the indirect function in such a way that they are giving a capability for the user to build their own references. Otherwise, I need to select a cell to get the reference. But if I use an indirect function, I can build the reference using the and symbols. Simple. Very simple. Okay. Sir, can you please show the formula by Alt Enter? I'll do that. Okay. Let me prepare this formula using Alt Enter. Everyone, please concentrate. So, okay, let me make it a little smaller so that you can understand. Concentrate, everyone. This is the sum function. This is the if error first. Then in that, this is only one argument sum function. In that, you have the first argument is an indirect function which give you an array. In that row function, row you will get it using the if function, and column also you will get using the if function. So if is index is having 3 arguments, right? So now let me close the index function. Let me also close the sum function. Now, since if error is having more than one argument, the second argument is 0. So 0, let me close the if error function. Okay, so let me just put this here properly. Yeah. So if error is having some function, if this entire sum is error, give me the answer of 0. Then in some function is having index function. Index function is having indirect function, because through the indirect function I'll get the array, because I have even if function and space. So let me use Alt Enter so that I can even make this a little better. This is the best way to interpret the formula, re-engineering the formula. Okay, so this is the math function. Of course, you will have if function here, this first argument, and if company, sorry, quarter is all, then give me the answer as a 0 at the back end. If it is not all, then you can ask Excel to match the answer. Okay, so anyway, match does have 3 arguments. So this is the first argument of the math function, and this is the second argument. If it is not there, then it helps you to convert what text into the reference. And let me take even 0 as the third argument. So my math function is over. Okay. Same way, let me take here. I know it's a little beyond, but it's okay. Give you a glance understanding this. So let me take this. So let me take a second argument of the match function. That's an indirect function which helps you to select the proper top row from the respective table. This is the third one. I'll get the correct answer if I enter. Okay. Now, no problem. Now what I'll do, I'll make it a little smaller so that you can copy it, you can snap it properly. Even now, taking properly. Okay, 1 second. Yeah, wonderful. Everything appeared. Now let me take a snap of this one. Let me take this. Control C. Okay, so Control V. This looks like a little bigger, but I don't think so it is bigger because I follow the methodology. As long as you follow the syntax and methodology, it never be tough and complex. Okay, guys, though today's syllabus is a financial functions, but I tried giving you understanding of the indirect function and consolidating. I cannot call this as a consolidation, but I may call it as a month-wise data, quarter-wise data reconciliation, or extracting the figures. Okay, so it can take any of the combination. Now you can ask the combination of you want the product, row-wise, column-wise, all the rows and all the columns, and so on. Okay, great. I'll just stop here for today. I'll just take next 2 minutes the question and answer. Sir, is there any substitute for the indirect function? Rather, no substitute. The indirect is the only function in MS Excel which can convert your text into the reference. No other function, no other the combination. If indirect is not there, probably I may use the if function. But if you have 20 tables, you may need to use 19 if functions, which is obviously. Sir, is it the alternative for the second syntax? No, this is not the alternative. Second syntax is having a limitation because in the second syntax, left column has to be same, top row also has to be same. But if left column and top row is also different, then second syntax will not work because second syntax has given me the reference only for the index function but not for the match function. So row number, column number has to be same if you want to use the second reference of the index function. But in this case, okay, it need not be same. So I'm going to elaborate upon the set topic of indirect function on 4th week. Of course, we will take more examples using indirect function, not just this one. Because someone asked me today, Sharon, if this is different rows and different columns, that's the reason I've taken a little extent and I explained the indirect function and taken the help of indirect function in this case study. Otherwise, today the topic must be financial functions. But don't worry, next week we'll complete the financial functions. Since I already covered the indirect function, I'll take a couple of examples of the indirect function. Okay, that's all for today's session. Thank you so much for your patient hearing. If anyone having any question, please let me know under 1 minute, then we'll close it. Okay, no questions? That's all. Thank you so much. Is there anyone from Vijayawada branch?
Sir, I have the last query.
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, you had said that, sir, you explained as the indirect function, but sir, I had asked that the content would be so lengthy, right? For example, I told about 50 tables.
Now in this case, there is no question of I need not to bother about how many tables are there. The only bothering here is defined names. You need to make it manually because in this case, you need not to even give a supporting table. I understood your question, Radha. You asked me, sir, if I want to make a supporting table, I said instead of using that methodology, probably you can use this methodology so that you need not to even have a supporting table.
Okay, sir. Ultimately, we should do the hard work for preparing this formula also.
Yeah, obvious, because see, this is much more complex. See, earlier I understood your question, Radha. In that example, it's only taking the piece. But in this example, it ultimately takes every combination. Even the left column is not same, top row is not same, different products. I need not to take the supporting character, supporting table. So everything catered in this formula. That means when you're trying to deal with more than one table, I can say it will not go beyond this combination of example. Okay, small by small pieces earlier we have covered, and this is the ultimate formula which cater almost everything.
Okay, sir, I got the idea. So, sir, in case if I have the more data, for example, here only the 4 tables. If I am having 16 tables like that, so I can prepare a separate sheet and then I can allocate the separate formula by copy pasting, right? That would be much easier.
Not required. See, if I kept for the understanding everything into one sheet, even this data is into different sheets. But the only extra time you need to spend is while preparing the defined names. You have to carefully give the defined name, because out of this entire example, defined names are only the one, okay, which is the crux. Because this result it can take from any of the table, even let it be 50 tables, no problem. My formula will never go beyond this length. Even it is 100 tables, my formula will never go beyond this length. You got the point? You can start practicing rather, probably you can get the better idea. Then maybe next week we can have elaborate discussion on this.
Yeah, sure, sir.
Yeah. Great, guys. Thank you so much. Anyone from the Vijayawada branch to close, or can I close it? Yeah, okay. Thank you so much, and bye-bye. See you all in the next week. Don't miss the next week's session. I'm going to talk about financial functions, the